Good morning, Miramar. Welcome to the show. So glad to have you watching and being with us today. I'm your host, Tamara G. As always, check us out on all of our social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at City of Miramar. And with us today, we have our very own Commissioner Yvette Colbourne. She is here to talk about an event that she has championed for several years. And it's such a great event, Commissioner Colbourne, because it's all about safety in our community. So welcome back to the show.
Good morning, Tamara. It's so great to be here again. Great seeing you.
Same
So
here.
yes, we are doing Save a Life Day. And Save a Life Day is something that I do in partnership with our fire and rescue department.
Mhm.
And it is such a great event because it allows us to share such great information with the community. It's the type of things you don't think about until you're in that emergency or until you have a family who is in need of your assistance. So it's a great time to come out. It is geared towards the summer, the kids. So you can bring the whole family. It's not like you need a babysitter to come. Bring the whole family with you. You will find that there is something for everyone at this event. And our fire department, they do such a wonderful job of coming out and bringing out others as well, and have all these great demonstrations of things in the sessions. They talk about um, signs of a stroke when someone is having a stroke, and it's so important that they get the assistance they need as soon as possible, because that depends on how fast they will recover and if they will fully recover from it. So things like that, little tips that you can help someone else, or someone else can be there to help you, or you can help yourself when you have these symptoms. So
And I
it's
see
really a great event.
I see that, obviously you mentioned it is a family-friendly event. They've got car seat checks. I know that a lot of people who, when they first get out of the hospital with their new babies, they don't even know how to put the car seat in. And so this is one of the things that the fire department will also be doing.
No, absolutely. And some of the grandparents, they may want to stop by and let's get familiar with this. These car seats have changed since back then.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, those are some of the demonstrations, things that they do have. That's it's fun. It's a learning experience, and it's things that we need to do in a comfortable atmosphere. Very relaxed. There'll be lots of giveaways. Different individuals that will be there will have gifts as well. So we look forward to the community coming out and just meeting our firefighters is always it's always a great thing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it's
Doing
all
that in itself.
Absolutely. It's all happening on Saturday, August the 1st, 11 to 2 p.m. at the Alexander P. Davis Multi-Service Complex. Another thing that's going to be discussed, and this is so important, I know you know this, Commissioner Colburn, here in South Florida, drowning prevention and swim lessons, because there have been so many stories throughout South Florida just in the last 2 weeks. I think I know at least four that I've heard, unfortunately, where little kids, 2-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 8-year-olds, have lost their lives because they were in a swimming pool and didn't know how to swim.
And it's one of those things that you just don't want to hear. And when that news comes, we all just crunch. It's just awful. And we've heard it too many times this summer.
Yeah.
So, it's a good way to come out and get a refresher and get some information. There are free swimming lessons for
Yeah.
kids, and we need to come out and get the information. We need to know how to be able to help our kids be in the water safely,
Hmm.
because it is South Florida. We have water around us. There's so many swimming pools and different bodies of water close to us, and
Canals
good,
in the
and the
backyard.
canals.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing. It's needed. We want all those things, but we have to know how to interact with it.
Okay.
We have to be able to teach the kids, what is safe, and keep the kids safe. I think I heard it was like the number one cause of death for kids under 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just heart wrenching. I just hate to hear when I hear that news on TV. It just kills me. So there will be demonstrations. There will be information on that. Um, and the ability to sign up for free swimming lessons. And
I
there's
love
still
it.
time in the summer that you could sign up and take part in that and check that off your list. Know that you've done that with the kids.
Ma'am, I also see that you guys are going to be talking about hurricane preparedness now. We know the season started on June 1st. Not something we really want to talk about here in South Florida, but obviously we need to be prepared.
No, absolutely. Hurricane preparedness, that's another South Florida special, if you will. I
Exactly.
know a lot of places are getting it, not just us as well. But and I think there was some sort of a warning on one of the Gulf coasts,
Yeah.
not affecting us right now, but it's something that we don't want to wait to the last minute. We want to prepare. We want to make sure we have water, we have flashlights, we have necessary. We make
Batteries.
those batteries. You make those doctor's appointments ahead of time. Make sure you have medications available to you for 30 days or more. These type of things. But some of the things that we don't always think about, it's like, where would I go with my pet if I had to evacuate?
Gotcha.
We have information on that. If you have a disabled person in your home, you can't just pick up and leave. It's not so simple as it is for most of us. you know what shelters will
Yep.
take them, and where can you go, that type of thing. So there's just really so much, that we can deal with it. Tree trimming,
Oh yeah, after the storm, because that's, the biggest problem.
after the storm,
Yeah,
after the
after the
storm.
storm, a lot of people unfortunately lose their lives because they step on live wires because wires are down and trees are, and you just never know you never know what's under the water. You never know what's in the water. So,
You have no idea that we don't know where the water came. Just, you shouldn't definitely not rush out there until you get an all clear, until whatever water is settled, that kind of stuff. So it's a lot to talk about. It's a lot to remind us. We don't want to run into each other in Publix the night before an event or the day of.
and I know for our, viewers who are watching this who are not South Floridians, because we have people who watch it. We're up on all social media with this, and but if they're not from here, they may not understand how really important it is to be prepared, not just before the storm, but even afterwards. Because you're right, anything could happen. Your house could flood. You could not have lights for. I think the last one we had, which I remember, was Wilma. I think I didn't have lights for maybe 3 or 4 days. Some people,
Yes,
2 or 3 weeks. They didn't have any
exactly.
electricity.
And that means no refrigerator,
No
no,
food.
that food
Right.
in the freezer, it's no longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
It means a lot. It means your stove, the light, the air condition, it could be very hot days, how do you deal with that? So those are things that you really want to prepare for,
Okay.
especially you have elderly individuals in your home or even your neighbors. It's always important to remember, if you have elderly or disabled individuals in your neighborhood, you want to make sure you check on them. Always remind people, be sure to check on them, because you don't know if they're prepared,
Right.
or what assistance they may need. You can get that information ahead of time and be able to get it to them and their families. So
So to actually be neighborly. If you're just tuning
yes.
in, thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Tamara G. We have with us today Commissioner Yvette Colbourne, who is doing this once again. She is hosting this wonderful event. It's called Save a Life, and it is in conjunction with the Miramar Fire Department, happening on Saturday, August 1st, 11 to 2. Free event. It's the Family Summer Edition. All you have to do is register at savealifeday2026.eventbrite.com. Something else, Commissioner Colburn, that you just mentioned about, even after, if we were to have a storm and that there's no electricity and, it's hot and everything, but we have been having since the beginning of summer heat advisories, and I'm sure that the fire department is going to talk about how to keep us safe in South Florida, in Miramar, and our surrounding cities. When, yes, for people who don't know what that means, it may be 95. The temperature is reading 95 outside, but it's feeling like 105 to 110, and that is extremely dangerous as well.
We really have to pay attention to that. And this is what firefighters and the other professionals there will be able to talk some more on that, because you can't stay outside as long as you normally would when you have that type of heat. So we really have to pay attention to these notifications when they come out. So we have the number one fire department in the country, right? So they're going to be out in full force to provide all this information to us, how to be safe and how to keep our family safe. So not just in broad terms, but in things that we're dealing with on a daily basis right now that they will be able to share with you. So we invite everyone to come out, and it's Saturday, August 1st.
Mhm.
Don't forget, 11 to 2 p.m.
I love it. Let's talk about the bike helmet fitting now. You know, when you and I were kids, I think they just let us, we could ride for hours and wouldn't have a helmet on, wouldn't have knee pads. If you fall, I still have a scar from where I skinned my knee. But today, obviously, when kids fall or anyone falls, the first thing people think about are the head injuries. And there's actually going to be bike helmet fittings as well.
Yes, and especially when you're going back to school now and you have some of the kids that do ride their bikes to school,
Mhm.
and we're sharing the sidewalks these days with pedestrians, with bike
Scooters.
riders,
Yeah.
scooters, and a lot of stuff. So it is much more complicated from back then.
Yeah.
And we do encourage everyone to get those helmet properly sized, come out and learn more about that. They say when you know better, you do better. So we do know that these are safety equipment that we didn't have back in the days. We may not have known about it back in the days, but we know now. So we want to make sure that we teach our kids the right way, and get them used to using their helmets as they go on their bicycles.
This is truly going to be Save a Life Day because again, we've mentioned all of the different and items that are going to be discussed from bike safety, hurricane preparedness, swim lessons, how to
Mhm.
stop drowning. This one really got caught my attention. Signs of drug addiction, and there will be a Narcan giveaway. That is very forward thinking. Commissioner Colbourne, with you, your office, as well as City of Miramar firefighters. Why did you think that this was important to add that to the list?
Our firefighters deal with this stuff all the time. They see the emergency. We hear it on TV, but they see it.
Hmm.
So in some ways, they get to live it by seeing it. Seeing the family, see how it hurts the entire family and the community. So yes, this is important. It is so important. And we have had giveaways like that, previous ones,
Hmm.
and we do have people who are very, very happy to come out and get those and make sure that, in an emergency that they can assist. And I've spoken to someone else who had that, who have, witnessed someone who actually needed that help. So it's real. There are real circumstances in our community, and we
Yeah.
just want to be ready for it as we are ready for anything else. How to deal with it and how to provide the service. So I want to make sure that we providing the service that our community needs, and this is just another way, just another thing that they need.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have even thought of that. So, thank you to you guys for bringing it up because obviously, a lot of families deal with family members who have addictions or who could be overdosing. And so having the Narcan giveaway there could definitely save a life. So we certainly appreciate you guys thinking about that. So many more things to discuss. I do want to bring this one up too: smoke alarms and carbon monoxide poison prevention. I had the smoke alarms, but I didn't have enough in the house. And I literally just bought two a couple of weeks ago because I needed to pass an inspection for FPL. But it's so important because obviously, again, this stops, house fires and carbon monoxide. You may not even know that you have a leak in your air conditioning or any place else.
So this is interesting. Like you say, you just had to go through a permitting process because I had a similar situation this past year as well.
Mhm.
And I've always had smoke alarms, and we make sure they work. We check the batteries and all those things. But I didn't realize that I needed more. You
Yeah,
know,
the carbon monoxide one. Yeah.
I didn't have everything that I needed, and it gave me an opportunity to go ahead. It slowed down the process a little bit because now I had to go buy something and put something in. But at the same time, it alerted me that I actually needed additional fire. What do you call it? Fire alarms.
Yeah.
So we took care of that, and we encourage folks to come out and get the information so that they can check their room, so that they can make sure that they have one in every room or every place that it needs to be, because it's so important. We
Oh, yeah.
don't think about it until something happens. It's like this is senseless. Why? If it could have made a difference, just something that simple can actually save a life when you think about
Abs
it.
Absolutely. So for
Yeah.
folks who have garages, and then it could be something, not that anybody's trying to hurt themselves or commit suicide, but you're busy and you forgot that you left your car on in the garage, and then you end up, getting carbon monoxide poisoning. Or as I mentioned, you might have a leak in your air
Right.
conditioning system or whatever. But I
Exactly.
can honestly say I feel a lot better now that I do have the combination fire alarm and carbon monoxide poisoning alarm, because I just feel like
Beautiful.
it's going to help. Hopefully, I
No,
won't need
absolutely. You don't
it.
have to worry about it now. You know that you took care of it. You
Yeah.
can go ahead and worry about having some fun.
Yes, absolutely. And there's going to be plenty of fun this day as well. So please bring out the entire family. It is open to families. It's the Family Summer edition of Save a Life Day, happening on Saturday, August 1st from 11 to 2 p.m. at the Alexandra P. Davis Multi-Service Complex. Please register. Commissioner Colbourne just wants to know, how many people are going to be coming. Save a Life Day 2026.eventbrite.com. As usual, we always, this is for Miramar residents, but we do invite our neighbors because, some of them have family members who live in Miramar, so they can all come.
Absolutely.
Yes, they can all come and learn and get the information that they need. And again, this is a free event. So Commissioner Colburn, thank you once again for having this that is going to help the families in Miramar and their relatives. We certainly appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Tamara. Appreciate it. Look
No
forward to seeing
problem.
everyone there.
No problem. It's going to be a great event. Put it down on your calendars. Again, Save a Life Day 2026.eventbrite.com. Please register August 1st, 11 to 2, and it's going to be a wonderful time at the Alexandra P. Davis Multi-Service Complex. Thank you so much, Commissioner Colburn, and thank you for watching Good Morning Miramar. Until next time, I'm your host, Tamara G. See ya.
Thank you.